Hello children, in the previous video you learned what is a chemical equation and how to balance a chemical equation. Today we will be learning the other aspects of the chapter, the language of chemistry. You have already learned the structure of an atom in the previous year or standard. You know that an atom has three subatomic particles, namely protons, neutrons and electrons. The protons and neutrons are present in the nucleus of an atom and electrons are found revolving around the nucleus of an atom. You did study about the mass number. The mass number is nothing but the number of neutrons and protons. Now let us come to what is meant by atomic mass. Atomic mass is the mass of a single atom which is measured with the unit AMU or just U. AMU stands for atomic mass unit. U means unified atomic mass unit, which is what we are using recently. Now when we say mass of a single atom, here we take the mass of protons and neutrons because electrons, the mass of electrons are very negligible. So we will know that atomic mass is nothing but the mass of the neutrons and protons in an atom. Now when we measure atoms, we cannot measure atoms directly because the atoms are extremely small and very light, and hence we use indirect methods in order to measure atoms. But when we use indirect methods to measure atoms, we take a measure as a standard one. And earlier hydrogen was considered as a standard measure and then it was oxygen, but recently we are using carbon-12, which is an isotope of carbon, that is taken as a standard measure. Now we have what is called as relative atomic mass. In short we call it as RAM, or it is also known as atomic weight. Relative atomic mass is the average mass of an element's atoms to 1/12 mass of one atom of carbon-12. When we say average mass of an element's atoms, we include the isotopes. But in atomic mass, it is the mass of a single atom. The isotopes are not included here. That's the difference between atomic mass and relative atomic mass or atomic weight. So note the major difference, atomic mass and atomic weight. In atomic mass, we consider only one isotope. Here we take the average of all the isotopes. So when we take the average of all the isotopes, it is compared with a standard measure, and that is with 1/12 of carbon-12. Similarly, relative molecular mass is nothing but molecular weight. Relative molecular mass is equal to the mass of one molecule of a substance to 1/12 mass of one atom of carbon-12. So here we are comparing the mass of one molecule to 1/12 of carbon-12. Now when we express the atomic weight in terms of gram, we call it as gram atomic mass or just gram atom. If relative molecular mass is expressed in terms of gram, then we call it as gram molecular mass or gram molecule. Now let us recapitulate the difference between atomic mass and atomic weight. As I have already told you, atomic mass is nothing but the number of neutrons and protons in an atom, and atomic weight is the average ratio of atoms present in an element. That means here we take only one atom and one isotope of an atom. Not all isotopes are included, but here we include all the isotopes of a particular element. The atomic mass has a calculated value as a whole number, but atomic weight has a value which may or may not be a whole number. Now the unit used to measure atomic mass is AMU or just U, which I have already told you, but atomic weight is dimensionless, means no unit is used to measure atomic weight. We will Know the definition of atomic mass unit. Atomic mass unit is defined as 1/12 of the mass of carbon atom 12, or you can say 1/12 the mass of carbon 12. Now to learn what is meant by atomic weight, let us take the example of chlorine, or how the average of the isotopes are taken. We will take the example of chlorine. Chlorine has two isotopes. One is chlorine 35, the other is chlorine 37. We know in isotopes they have the same atomic number but different mass number. So here we have 17, which is atomic number as same in both the isotopes, but the mass number varies. One is 35, the other one is 37. Now what we call as isotopic abundance. Isotopic abundance, for example, if we take 100 atoms of chlorine, in that 75% is chlorine 35 and 25% is chlorine 37. So let us make it as a ratio 3:1. Now when we take the average of these two isotopes, atomic weight of chlorine is nothing but the total mass of atoms of chlorine to the total number of atoms of chlorine. Now we have 3 atoms of chlorine 35 and 1 atom of chlorine 37, and the total number 3 plus 1 is 4. So we have 35 3s are 105 plus 37 1s are 37 divided by 4, that is equal to 142 by 4, that is nothing but 35.5. So 35.5 is the atomic weight of chlorine, which is not a whole number. After learning how to calculate atomic weight, you will now learn how to calculate molecular weight. Now molecular weight is calculated by adding the atomic weights of the various atoms present in a molecule. You need to add the atomic weights of all the atoms that are present in the molecule. Now let us learn how to calculate the molecular weight, taking example magnesium phosphate. Now you will always be given in words. You have to first write the formula for this particular compound and then do the numerical. Now magnesium phosphate, when I write the chemical formula, it is Mg3PO4 twice. Now what you need to do in the first step is, you know that there are 3 atoms of magnesium. So 3 into atomic weight of Mg. In between there is a plus sign. Now if nothing is there, it's understood 1. 1 2s are 2. 2 into atomic weight of phosphorus plus 4 2s are 8. 8 atoms of oxygen. So 8 into atomic weight of oxygen. Now here what you need to do is, you have to add all of these. The atomic weight will always be given in the numerical. You need not have to by heart the atomic weight of elements. Now let me substitute the atomic weight of magnesium. Magnesium is 24. So it is 3 into 24 plus the atomic weight of phosphorus is 31. 2 into 31 plus 8 into atomic weight of oxygen is 60. Now let us simplify this. 24 3s are 72 plus 31 2s are 62 plus 16 8s are 128. When you add all of it, you get 262 as the atomic molecular weight of magnesium phosphate. We will calculate the molecular weight of another compound. This time it is a hydrated compound. You can call it as hydrated copper 2 sulfate or copper 2 sulfate pentahydrate. Always I have told you the atomic weight will be given in the bracket. You need not have to by heart. Now molecular weight of copper 2 sulfate. Copper 2 sulfate, the formula is CuSO4 into 5H2O, copper 2 sulfate pentahydrate. Now let us write down the first step. we have 1 atom of copper. 1 into atomic weight of copper plus 1 atom of sulfur. 1 into atomic weight of sulfur plus oxygen, we have 4 atoms. 4 into atomic weight of oxygen, and now we have into 5H2O, but here you have to write it as plus. 5 2s are 10. 10 into atomic weight of hydrogen plus 5 atoms of oxygen. 5 into atomic weight of oxygen. Now we'll substitute the values. 1 into atomic weight of copper, that is given as 64, plus 1 into atomic weight of sulfur given as 32, plus 4 into atomic weight of oxygen given as 16, plus 10 into atomic weight of hydrogen is 1, plus 5 into atomic weight of oxygen. Oxygen we have 16. That is equal to 64 plus 32 plus 64 plus 10 plus 80. When you add all of this, you get 250 as the atomic molecular weight of hydrated copper 2 sulfate. Now we will learn another type of numerical, that is to calculate percentage composition of a compound. Now what is meant by percentage composition? Percentage composition of an element in a compound is a mass percentage of each element in a compound. So here we are taking the mass percentage of each element in a compound. Now let us learn this better with the help of an example. You will be given the numerical as calculate the percentage of nitrogen and oxygen in nitrogen dioxide. Now here when you have to solve this problem, you first have to write down the molecular weight of the given compound. Now here the given compound is nitrogen dioxide, so I write it as NO2. You already know how to find out the molecular weight, I have taught you. So 1 atom of nitrogen, that is why 1 into atomic weight of N2 plus we have 2 atoms of oxygen. 2 into atomic weight of oxygen. So that is equal to 1 into 14 plus 2 into 16. So you get 14 plus 32, that will be 46 as the molecular weight of N2. Now what you need to do is, you have to calculate the percentage of nitrogen in NO2 and oxygen in NO2. First let us write down percentage of nitrogen. For this we will make use of this formula. Percentage composition is equal to grams of the element upon grams of total element in the compound into 100. Now grams of the element we have 14. We take this 14 upon the molecular weight, that is 46 into 100. Now here the answer that you get is 30.44%. Similarly, percent of oxygen in NO2. Now we will see the molecular weight of or mass of oxygen 32 upon molecular weight of NO2 46 into 100. So here you will get 69.56%. When you add both of this, you need to verify 30.44, 69.56, 0.010. So you do get 100%. this is what you should get. This is how you will verify. So if you are given to calculate only percentage of nitrogen, do only this part. You don't have to do this. If you are given oxygen, do only the oxygen part. But if they have not specified anything, then you should find out the percentage composition of both nitrogen and oxygen. The assignment for you to do for this part of the lesson, you have in page 17 at the back of the lesson, you need to answer question 23 and solve question 24. For more numericals, you do practice page 12 and 13. You have numericals as for your practice. Do all of these.